Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to our Discovery Day webinar. This is Kelly Wolf, founder and president of Integrity Mortgage Group. We appreciate you joining us. We know your time is very valuable, so we're super excited you're here. Hopefully, in the next 20 minutes, that you're going to get a high-level view of our company and our culture and our process. And so, if you're anything like me, you're getting tons of emails and tons of, texts and calls about recruiting. And most of the emails I'm getting, they focus on product or they focus on pricing, sometimes marketing, and L comp. I mean, they hit all these things that are important. I'm not saying they're not, but I've never lost a realtor over a flyer. So what I have figured out is in my, 25 plus years in this business and originating probably 15 of it is I only control 50% of this process. So I can do everything perfect. I can, go go to lunch, go, coffee, get a realtor or a builder, get a referral, take calls on Sunday, do everything perfectly, get the app signed out, get it in processing, and I'm done. I mean, from that point, if I don't have a good team behind me, then I'm making that dreaded call. And so what I want you to see and what I hope you see through this process is, our team and our culture is totally different. I mean, we are a team effort, teamwork process. I mean, we have underwriter managers actually that'll take your call on a Sunday, and Saturday and help you clear loans. We have the vice president and secondary marketing that'll lock loans way past hours just to help you get, a file moving or make sure you can price a loan. And that is what I didn't have. And that's why I started my company in 2008. And so, it's not the same as, having a team. It's the quality of the team behind you. So hopefully, through this process, you'll be able to see, what we're offering as Integrity Mortgage Group and the quality of team we have. So again, thank you for joining this webinar. We appreciate your time. It's super valuable, and I'm going to turn this over to Brent.
Thanks, Kelly. Appreciate it. So, what sets us apart from other mortgage companies? And, we could talk about pricing, which all of our pricing is on Optimal Blue, which I think everybody has access to. We'll gladly share our pricing with you. We're very transparent on that. We have all the products, basically almost every product out there. We're a direct seller to Fannie Mae, to Freddie Mac, a host of 20 other aggregators, and really every non-QM product out there, all of which is underwritten in-house. We don't outsource anything. We don't broker anything. It doesn't take us longer to underwrite a non-QM loan or a FHA loan, a VA loan, than what it does a conventional loan. We close all that stuff in the same amount of time, and we don't care what product type it is. But honestly, that's not really what makes us different. As Kelly said, it's our culture and the fact that we're a family at IMG. And I always say that I love that employees can text me and say, hey, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. I have the dreaded C word, which unfortunately we have some people that have right now. And, my son or daughter is struggling, or I'm going through a divorce. And I get those calls all the time. And I love that that's the family feel and the culture that we have here. And I work for some of the largest lenders out there in my previous background, as did Jen, that you'll hear from, runs our credit department in just a few seconds. And I never got a call that says, hey, man, how are you doing? Is life okay? And I get those calls from people like Kelly and Jen and other people in this company. And I love that. And one of the biggest compliments I have, and it came, I think, from somebody on the phone call right now that said, it's easy to work here at IMG. And I loved hearing that because, and I tell people that now, and that just came up about 6 months ago, but I had an LO that said that, or somebody on this call, and that stuck with me because the mortgage industry is not always easy, right? And but it is easy to work here, and we try to make it as easy as possible and as fun as possible, right? So you might ask, why are we doing this webinar today? And is it just to grow IMG? Is it to make IMG more money? The answer to all of that is yes, but that's not really the purpose of why we're here today. We want every loan officer, every branch manager, anybody in the mortgage business to actually experience easy and experience what we get to experience on a daily basis. So that's why we're doing this today. We want to share our culture, our family, the fast closings, and making closing loans easy again. Now, I won't say 100% of them are easy, but most of them are easy. And we love seeing the testimonials where we steal a deal from a big bank or from some other people that I won't mention, and they drop the ball at the last minute. We're able to close that deal in 2 days or 5 days or 7 days, whatever the number is. So I could talk about the differences all day long, but I've asked a couple of our top loan officers to join us today, and we switch this around from time to time. But probably one of my hardest hires, and she is going to beat me up for saying this because I say this all the time, but I had no less than about 2,000 phone conversations with Kristen from Louisiana. And she didn't believe me because she had a bunch of other recruiters lying to her about pricing and about products, and that underwriting really was easy. It's easy to close loans here. So, Kristen, I'll turn it over to you. You tell us why you're still working here at IMG, what kind of drew you here, and I'll stop giving you a hard time.
No, you won't, but that's okay. So yeah, I was probably the hardest hire, and I had several conversations with Brent over the flow of the loans and how, with underwriting, what can we do, can't we do? Because you get, as a loan officer, you get promised the world, and they don't ever deliver on their promises. And that's one thing that's been very different about IMG is they did deliver on their promises and still do. So I've been able to close loans get clear to closes in 24 hours, which I know sounds crazy in this world. That's with appraisal, with title, get them closed in 10 days, so it is really the best and the fastest that I've ever been able to get anything done. But the best thing about what our culture is here at IMG is, underwriting and closing departments, every department, but those two key big factors in our world has been instrumental in the growth of my business and being able to pick up the phone and call Jen and say, hey, can you help me think through this? Because every deal is hard right now. There's, no hardly very any easy deals, but being able to talk through stuff with underwriting and get that done, and closing, staying late to get CDs out, working with you on trying to get things done. It's a big deal, and they're the reason why we continue to shine at the closing table. If we didn't have Jen and our closing team, it would be, more problems. But I tell you what, everybody in this at IMG is truly a family, and that's what makes the biggest difference because they care about all of our clients.
Thank you, Kristen. I'd also like to introduce Jake Frecker. Jake, you grew up here, so to speak. I always say before you were married, before you had 4 kids. And I think the first time I met you, I'm not sure you're old enough to have an adult beverage, but you work on a team with your dad and brother and family up in Indiana. Been here over 10 years. Tell us why you're here, man. And love to hear from you as well.
Yeah, no, thanks, Brent. Yeah, so I really have grown up here, and as I'm sure a lot of you folks on this call, you get calls and emails and texts, if not hourly, daily. And it's always funny. I always kind of I've built some friendships with some other loan officers at other companies, and I always we'll bounce stuff off of each other. And I always hear a lot of consistent complaints that pricing, we're missing out on this product, underwriting doesn't get back to us, and the beauty of IMG and the reason that we're here, honestly, we're small enough that if I need to call Kelly Wolf, I can call Kelly Wolf. I don't have to call Kelly Wolf, but if I need to, I can. I can call Brent King. You can get to the people that make those decisions, and that you get lost in the shuffle at some of these bigger companies with that, and you truly don't hear. Jen Varelli, our head of underwriting, she may not remember this because she probably deals with it weekly. She was at a awards dinner, something with her husband. I had a self-employed nightmare. The woman pulled up her phone, looked at this guy's taxes, and helped me pre-approve that guy that night. And you just truly are not going to get that at these big box companies. I truly, truly, truly don't lose deals over not having a product, over being priced out in left field. We just don't have a lot of overhead here. So in my mind, underwriting is the biggest thing that makes the deal go around and gets that ship to shore. And our underwriting department is top notch. Variable income. Jen and I beat heads on every day. I don't think I've taken an application for 7 days that hasn't had variable income. Voodoo math is what we call it. Jen Varelli, our head of underwriting, is very good at figuring out a way to put that together. And we've got a motto in our branch: just get the ship to shore. And that is truly the IMG philosophy. Whether they know it or not, they get the ship to shore. It's not always smooth waters, but that's why we're here. We've got the to the people that matter and can make those decisions and help us get the loan done.
Jake said ship, SHIP, just in case anybody was wondering, but it could be construed both ways.
Sorry.
Thanks, Jake. No, that's good. That's a perfect to introducing Jen Verrilli, our head of credit and processing. And Jen, you've worked at a lot of big box companies and small ones, and we're fortunate enough to have you with us for now a few years, and thankful for you. So I'll turn it over to you.
Well, thank you. Well, Kristen and Jake certainly made it easy for me this evening. I have been with IMG now for 4 years, and I think it's prudent to say that our credit risk philosophy here is really simple, right? Right? We like to say yes. We want to get loans approved, and we want to get loans to the table. I think between Brent and I, and I think collectively we have over 60 years of experience in the mortgage industry. We know what we can sell. So we're really good at playing in the gray area of guidelines, right? Where a lot of companies are really black and white with their guidelines. We like to play in the gray. We call it voodoo math. We laugh about it here every day. But we work with the loans to get your borrowers approved and get them to the table. We understand the importance of relationships. We know that there's not only a borrower, that's on the line. You have a realtor, you have title partners, you have builders, you have referral partners. All of these individuals, are invested within this transaction. And I think that's the beauty of IMG and the culture that we have here, is it's not just underwriting that's invested in the borrowers and getting them to the table. It's our entire company. Everybody works together. Everybody owns a solution. I'm not going to say a problem. We own a solution. It is very, very rare here that we have to say no to a transaction. And I think that, that's something special, and that's something that we're very proud of that we can say. We don't do, naturally our loans aren't bad. Our loans are good. These borrowers are all worthy, and we find a way to get it done. Our process here is to deliver on excellence. We can 7-day CTCs are not unheard of here. We can do an initial decision in 24 to 48 hours. Resubs are done in 24 hours or less. There's no AMCs. You can add your appraisers to our panel. So we try to make it easy for you. And like Brent said, it's easy to work here. We want to make it easy for you. If a process is broken, the beauty about us being what we call a boutique lender with a big box product menu is we can be nimble. If something's broken and isn't working, we can change it immediately. We can make changes. I can go into Encompass and change a condition if the language isn't right. There's just things that we can do quicker than some of these big box companies can do. But I think, again, the most important thing is that our whole entire staff at IMG is just as invested in your loans as you are. So with that, I don't know, Brent, do you want me to turn it over to Summer? I think Summer's next.
Yeah, I'll say one other thing, if
Yeah.
you don't mind. She is itching to go. We'll finish with this. But last week I had a recruiting call with a large group, and it was so funny that it wasn't funny. It was unique timing that I had an email that you guys had just sent. It was with a big bank that dropped the ball at the last minute. I won't mention their name, but B&A is as part of their initials. And literally, I had an email that deal was scheduled to close, and you guys had it done in 2 days. And the borrower was able to save the house. The seller was wanting to go with someone else. So it's just I love seeing those testimonials, and that's on the normal here that I had that email ready to show these guys on the Teams meeting. So it was really good because I have those every single week, and that's the beauty about IMG. I love it. So our marketing director is with us today too. Everybody asks hey, what's your technology? Even though at the end of the day, it matters how quick you close loans and if you close loans, but we do have all the tech stuff available to you. And I'll turn it over to Summer. She does a great job in helping our our loan officers, equipping our loan officers with all the greatest and latest technology and all the marketing flyers and everything else. So I'll let Summer tell you a little bit about that, and Kelly will close this out.
Perfect. Thank you, Brent. Like Brent said, my name is Summer Schaefers. I'm the marketing director here. And like you said, you guys will have direct access to me. Our loan officers are able to come to me with all of their unique needs when it comes to marketing, whether that is, a particular topic they want to hit on, or if it's an event they're trying to promote, or if they want to do digital or print, whatever it is, I'm able to help them with that. And then we also have such a great tech stack. Again, we might not be one of the biggest companies out there, but we definitely, hang with them, and we make sure that we have the tech to make y'all successful and support your business. So to name a few, we have a really great CRM, which is Surefire. That's pretty known in the business. It helps you stay in front of those clients and those agents. We also have our Encino Mortgage app, which is a great way to keep your borrowers in the know with their loan process and their journey, and to share that app with agents. It's kind of like a digital business card, which is really great in this day and age because you're directly on someone's phone. They can contact you super easily. We also have Brand Watch, which is a social media tool that allows me to post on LO's behalfs and kind of relieve some of that burden, because you guys are out in the field and I'm able to make sure that you're showing up digitally online and show people that you're in business, you're closing loans, things like that. We also have MMI, which is a great real estate tracking tool and a great mortgage data tool, which lets you know what's happening in your area, what agents you should be working with, and all that good stuff. And then lastly, we have experience.com, which is a fantastic review management tool. This is newer that we just onboarded. Again, to Brent's point, we're always trying to make sure that we have tech that, keeps us going, keeps us strong, and supports what we're doing here. So that's our newest addition to our tech stack. And we've been liking it so far, and allows our LOs to show up online and really gain traction with their visibility. And all of which, by the way, you are not on an island by yourself doing alone. I am helping with all of it, making sure that you're using it to its fullest advantage. So yeah, that's kind of my spiel. So I'll hand it back over to you guys.
Kelly, I'll let you close this out.
I was just thinking about the flyer. You do so many flyers and stuff, and and they are helpful. And we have all the technology you could possibly have in the mortgage industry with our mobile technology. You can, do applications online. You can sign your disclosures. I mean, everything that any big box would have, we have. We sell directly to Fannie, to Freddie. I mean, we're small enough to care, but we have everything you need. And I think that's what makes us truly different. And so if your 50% that you can't control is not what you're seeing and hearing, we just instead of saying it, we'd love to prove it to you. So give us a call. We'd love to talk with you more, get into the minutia of it, a little bit more of the detail. And you can call me, you can call Brent, and anyone, even and Jennifer's, she's a great person to talk to as well. So we would love to talk with you and just see if we're a good fit. We're looking for we're looking for like-minded people to join us, and so we can all grow together. So we really appreciate you joining this call.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for joining tonight. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Jen, Jake, Kristen, Summer. We appreciate you guys as well. Hope everyone has a great night. We look forward to hearing from you.